Where is it? In here? No. Where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be here somewhere. No. 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 Hit tags. No. No. Well, that's only tangentially related. Why do I even have that? That's just embarrassing.
Keith, what are you doing in here?
I am looking for a game, and I can't start this week's episode without it.
Can you keep it down? Me and Dad are trying to watch Covert Affairs.
You don't understand. Losing a game is like losing a son, and I travel across the globe to find it, with various hijinks ensuing along the way, and some sharks. Ah, here it is.
What is it?
Shrek.
Shrek?
Now that my Xbox collection is back together, I can do my Finding Nemo review.
It's really the joke you're gonna start with.
It's better than the Xenocracy one. Finding Nemo was released in 2003 and is one of the earliest movies I can remember having expectations for before I saw it. Like, I thought Martin was going to be some kind of clown because I didn't know what a clownfish was, and I also thought that the bluefish was the titular Nemo that we were going to find. To be fair, I hadn't actually seen a trailer for the film yet, and the first time I ever came into contact with it was through the PlayStation 2 or Xbox version of the video game at a demo kiosk in Toys R Us. It was on a level where you play as Dory. I can't remember much more about the game than that. But what I do know is that it was one of the very first games that my 6-year-old self had ever played, as at the time my family didn't have any video games except my cousin's old Sega that didn't work, and a couple of computer games. So this week I thought we could play some Finding Nemo video games to celebrate the release of Finding Dory, which came out several months ago. Writing scripts is hard. The first game we'll be looking at is the Xbox version, which, fun fact, later came in a double pack with Incredibles. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Since we're playing Finding Nemo today, I thought we'd use the blue controller, because the orange ones are expensive. In standard fare, we open with clips from the movie, and while I give them props for them being in widescreen, why do they look no better than PS1 FMV? I mean, come on, the Xbox was the first fully DVD system. You've got 4 gigs to play with. You couldn't have bumped up the quality a little? Maybe the game will look a bit better.
So, a lucky fan.
Maybe not. Oh, just look at these subtitles. This is how you do subtitles in games right. You put a bit of flair to it. You make them fun to look at.
Follow me, and remember you can speed up by pressing the move button.
I will, Dad.
And keep trying to swim through all the rings!
Jeez, is it me or does Marlon sound like a backseat Twitch gamer? Anyway, as he said, the bulk of the gameplay is swimming through rings and overcoming the odd puzzle or obstacle. Like here, where you have to charge through these boulders.
Are you okay? How's your fin?
Excuse me? I think it's his head you need to be worried about after that, not his fin. The animations in this game are gloriously early 2000s. I mean, look how demonic this octopus is. You can collect these little krill things that act as a shield, kind of like the defense drones in Ratchet & Clank or the triple shells in Mario Kart, giving you a couple extra hit points against such memorable adversaries from the film, such as boiling geysers, which don't exist in coral reefs, hermit crabs, and clams that are for some inexplicable reason out for Nemo's blood. But you do have a way of fighting back by knocking bubbles at them and then, popping them.
Hey, Nemo, I bet you didn't know that you can knock bubbles into other creatures and then dart into them like you did those rocks.
Look, our engine allows us to animate eye movements.
Come on, Nemo! Mr. Ray went this way!
Wow, I'm sure this isn't foreshadowing anything. Also, in order to 100% the level, you need to bounce on every single one of these things. This is the most literal padding I've ever seen in a game. Also, am I swimming above the water? Okay, so this tunnel takes me here, and this one here, and then this one. Ah, confound these troubling tunnels. That sounds like an episode of Thomas the Tank Engine. Although they don't do so well in water. Okay, let's map this out. So this one goes here, yeah, and this one goes to this one, but then this one goes here. Ah! Okay, so we put the pebble through here, go through here, and success! Okay, almost there. Ooh, here's another tunnel. Bastard! Ah!
Oh no, we've lost Mr. Ray. We better
Oh,
catch
I
up
wonder
to
how
him.
you managed that. And no, you didn't, he's right there. After they break away from the group at the drop-off, we know it's gonna go down, because that dramatic music. Oh, and what does this thing do? Oh god, no, no, what is this? What is this? Ah! Oh, apparently this is invincibility. All in all, though, I have to say this game does have a decent bit of challenge. Jesus! These pufferfish, man, they come out of nowhere. So yeah, while mechanically simplistic, the game does have a fair bit of challenge for kids, which really ramps up once we get to the drop-off.
Hey guys, wait up!
Whoa. Cool. Hey, what's that?
I know what that is. Oh, Sandy Plankton saw one. He said it was called a butt.
He said, cold. Then Marlin appears out of nowhere,
It was never established that he knew where they were going or that he disapproved, but I don't know, game, I guess.
and Nemo heads for the butt. Well, this went from a 5 to an 8 in 10 seconds flat. So much stuff is thrown at you in this bit that it took me quite a few times to even pass it. For some reason, it seems that all the spawn of hell are attracted to this chain. I don't know about you, but I'm with Marlin on this one. Stay away from that butt, kids. Or at least I would be if this game didn't wait until Nemo was at the very top before saying,
Nemo, stop it! Right now!
okay, how is this fair? I have less than a second to see the rings before I have to go through them. Wait a minute, they're all in a straight line. Well, okay then. It takes so long. Is this really what divers do? Just chase fish 3 inches in front of their face?
This is what I want to do on my scuba diving holiday.
So many rings. Finding Nemo, more like Nemo 64, am I right? Am I right? I'm right. No, screw you, I made it! Look, I clearly made it back to the reef!
I've gotta get that mask!
Why? The boat's moving pretty slow, and you don't know that there are any clues on that mask. But no time for questions. The dramatic music is back and the chase is on. Oh, look, there's the mask. Oh, we're not gonna follow it? Oh, okay then. And by the way, I know there's some creepy stuff in the ocean, but what is this? That is not what a spiny sea slug looks like. I mean, let's just go over to Google and, oh, look at this. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh, look, this one's so cute. Oh my god, these are beautiful. Why couldn't these be in the game? There's a forum for this? Oh, hells yeah, bro, I'm joining that. Oh, look, there's the mask again. And, oh. You do know that fish can move 3-dimensionally, right? And finally, we find Dory, who you need to chase around in a circle until you can catch up with her, and when you do...
Will you quit it?
What?
Stop following me, okay?
Okay, first of all, that is not Ellen DeGeneres. She whined for 10 years about doing a sequel, but couldn't be bothered to do the video game. And secondly, we're seriously doing this again? Okay, fine. Round the circle one more time. Secret tunnel! Through the rings, and a minute later, we've caught her.
You got a problem, buddy? A boat? Hey, I've seen a boat. It went, this way. It went this way. Follow me.
Again? There's no way that kids can be falling for this crap.
This way. Follow me.
See? Told you. And they're not fooled by her voice either.
Alright, that's not Ellen DeGeneres, just saying.
Finally, that's the end of it, and we're given another movie clip.
Want a piece of me? Yeah. Ooh, I'm scared now.
Huh?
What?
Oh, it seems that the movie clips do have the original voice actors.
Hello?
Spoke too soon! While Dory's stand-in was close enough, this guy sounds nothing like Barry Humphries. Instead of Bruce, we should be calling him Nigel. In fact, I think I will.
Hello?
So now we have to chase him down while avoiding the mines and, you guessed it, going through rings. And if you're not fast enough...
Did that thing just roar?
The problem is that for some reason the camera is bobbing wildly, making it difficult to control. Are these mines on bungee cords or something? And for some reason the RAN decided to lay these mines close enough together so that fish can't navigate them without this happening. Slow down, Bruce. I had to try this level so many times before I finally caught up with him. I would not have had this much patience as a kid, I'll tell you that.
Careful, my little tidbits. You don't want to be popping any of them balloons. It'd be bad for your health, mate, and mine.
Whee! Looks like fun. Let's bounce on them all.
Sure, why not? My inner weaponry nerd is screaming right now. Once again, count them shadows, people. And you get points for every mine, meaning they expect you to bounce on every one again. It's a fair puzzle, I guess. Okay, that's done. What next? Back to following Nigel. And that's as far as I got. In about 20 minutes of trying, I could not get past this level. I'll probably come back to it one day, and I recommend it if you're a fan of the film or kids games, but honestly, not much else. Now with that out of the way, let's move on to the more portable installment of Finding Nemo on the GBA. Coincidentally, there was also an Incredibles double pack on the GBA, and that's what we'll be playing it on today. Maybe I should do all the Incredibles games when the new one comes out. If I can manage it on time. I've been planning this episode since before Finding Dory came out. This game borrows a lot from the console games in terms of its graphic level design, as you would expect considering how close they were released to each other. It should be noted that this game doesn't actually have a save feature relying on a password system, because that wasn't obsolete in 2003. At least it's only 4 characters though, so it's not that bad. Anyway, once again, Nemo has a skull of steel, but this time instead of moving rubble, he can crush entire boulders in one mighty charge. And Marlin isn't even concerned. In fact, he tells him to do it. Parent of the Year award candidate right here. I have to say that the level design leaves much to be desired. For example, there are all these paths upward that lead to nowhere, and while the levels are pretty straightforward, they can be oversimplistic. In fact, the whole game can be beaten in less than 2 hours. Attacking enemies has been gotten rid of, and the health system has been simplified to just 5 hit points before death, which can be recharged by swimming next to an enemy. The only real mechanics left over from the console version are swimming through rings and carrying pearls. Them shadows aren't going to count themselves! Between the levels there's this memory card game, and I guess the number of tries you get to complete it relate to the number of rings you went through? I'm not sure, I don't have the manual. Why is this here? So on to level 2 now, and we have to find some of Mr. Ray's students. Yes, because that's something you get the new kid who's smaller than everyone else, doesn't know the era, and has a bad fin to do. What are we worried about? We have established that Nemo is basically Fish Superman at this point. When he bashes his head up against a brick wall, the brick breaks first.
Come at me, bro!
Okay, found 2 of the 3, nearly there, and I died. And I'm going back to the start again? Password time. Okay, before I show you this next level, this is Superman 64. It is known as one of the worst games ever made, and you fly through rings and it has very bad controls. And now that you've seen what is known as the worst fly through rings game of all time, here is Finding Nemo on the Game Boy Advance, level 3. Rings and Nemo. My word! Where do I begin? Just look at it! It's terrible, and the controls are stiff as all fish sticks. It's just awful. I'll take the Xbox version any day. And don't come at me saying technical limitations means that this is the best it can do, because A, it's not. Other games can do 3D way better on the GBA. And B, if you can't do it better than this, maybe it shouldn't have been done at all. The worst part is that it isn't even all that hard. I just spammed the dash button and went through roughly enough rings to catch up to Dory. It felt like I was just forcing the level to the end. And to me, that's even worse than something like Superman, where you have to have absolute unfair precision, because at least by beating that, you achieve something, as opposed to this, where you're just left with meh. Anyway, after that we get the cutscene where Dory tells us that she has short-term memory loss and oh, I see now! It's a memory game for Dory! Oh, that's actually pretty clever. Well done, lads. Well done, lads. Next we see Bruce, who invites us to the Predators Anonymous meeting, and rather than escort us there, he just drops us at the minefield and tells us not to be late. Because that's how you do a story.
Narrative? What is narrative? Continue.
Okay, avoid the mines and... apparently they're a lot less potent than they are on the Xbox. Either that or near indestructibility runs in the family. Okay, here's a summary of the mine level for you. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, done. Totally justifying the high intensity music, of course. It took me 5 minutes to beat this bit and it felt more like 15. And next, joy of joy, we have door puzzle. I'll quickly sum them up. Back, forth, upsy downsy done. What is engaging about this? And then Bruce attacks. Okay, I'm done. Here's the thing, I like simple games, I really do. But there comes a tipping point where a game goes from simple to boring, and in my opinion, this game tipped that scale. It doesn't have the complexity of Polar Express, the mechanical precision of WW1 Aces of the Sky, or decent graphics to keep it interesting. And combine it with less than perfect control and unflattering graphics, and it just doesn't have a fin to swim with. Well, at least you get Incredibles on Side B. That's alright. That's about all the time we have for today, guys. On a scale of playing it to hating it, I'll give the console version a keeping it, and the GBA version a hating it. Bit of a downer to end on, I know, but don't worry, this isn't the last time we'll be taking a look at Finding Nemo games. But we'll have to wait till next time to find Nemo again, and take a look at one of my most nostalgic games, and a couple others too. But until then, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim. Oh, 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 I love to swimming when you are. It was somewhat more dramatic than I'd anticipated. I think we might go with that take, yeah? Think we might go. Should we go with that take, Heather? Should we go with that take, Heather? Heather, should we go?
It's going on.
Should we go with that? Oh! Should we go with that take, Heather?
Yep.
I think we're going with that take. See you guys.